stay alive. We must listen. To stay alive, we must share. For a while, one must say, to stay to where is mine. To stay to where is mine.
Team 2. When they welcome the other 6 counties to Montserrat, they said it very well. And these people in their counties, they used to quizzing. And so since we used to debate, we use this occasion to introduce them to debate. And so we will make sure the trophy stays right in Monrovia. Today, our final match is between 2 schools from Montserrat County, justifying what they said initially. So the biggest question now is, who owns Montserrat? Is it the Pink and Black Society? Or is it the Jaguars Jungle? We will know shortly. Our team, Akirin Affirmative, played her first match against my own alma mater, the Angels Kingdom of Carol Baptist, and defeated Carol Baptist. They qualified to the quarterfinals. In that quarterfinals, they play against the champions of the 2017 Liberia National High School debate. The champion team that produced today, John Singbe. And I imagine when Brother Singbe took the stage, Bethesda Christian Mission School, they defeated Bethesda and went to the semi-finals, where they play against, you know the thing about Cali School, so the Cali School children in Clearwater. They play against St. Mary's, and they defeated St. Mary's to represent Montserrat County Team 2. In the Central Tournament, they played their first game against Grand Bassa County, being represented by the Liberia Christian High School. I remember the last time they were all on ELBC. Grand Bassa said, look, in Buchanan City we defeated SDA, so they call all the SDA killers. So we beat all the SDA too. Unfortunately, they defeated Grand Bassa and qualified to the Central Tournament semifinals, where they played the conduit of the Earth system, Firestone Liberia Senior High School, and defeated Firestone Liberia Senior High School and qualified to this grand finals to determine who walk away as our 2018 champions. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to present to you our team, Akirin Affirmative. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for Peaceville SDA. Put your hands together for them as they come on stage. Peaceville SDA. Peaceville SDA. Oh yeah. Put your hands together for the Pink and Black Society. The Pink and Black Society.
Girl, anything you say out the box. Maybe my love for you is too much. Nobody.
The Pink and Black Society.
Nobody. Nobody. Nobody.
The Pink and Black Society.
Nobody. Nobody. Girl, just me.
Akirin Negative.
SOG.
Mercury Negative. Their entry into this debate this year, they play against a Catholic school and defeated a Catholic school. St. Michael Catholic High School, where Miss Biola Nimini is from. And they qualify to play against Latrine school system, where Brother William Stopa, who said this somewhere in the audience, is from. I remember Brother William Cemetery message Gerald. And they defeated Dreams school system and qualified to the semi-final against Damondo School. Damondo, one of the 2017 nominees for the most eloquent speakers, Life International, and they defeated Life International to represent Montserrat County as Team 1. In the Central Tournament, their first match came against Nima County. Again, on ELBC, Nima said, look, in Nima County, we defeated Kanta Methodist. So they call all the Methodist killer. So we killed all the Methodists. Unfortunately, the Methodist killer turned natural death. And they progressed to the semi-finals. In the semi-finals, they play against the Eagles Kingdom. And the Eagles said, look, the Jaguars is on the ground, we're in the air, and we're going to fly over them. They defeated the Eagles Kingdom. Bomi County represented by C.H. Dury, and qualify to this grand finals to play against the Pink and Black Society. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to present to you. They refer to themselves as the Jaguars Chonko. Put your hands together for Total Rivals United Methodist School. Put your hands together for them.
I know it's been a long time coming. Next time I'm going to show how much you love it. I want to let it one what I do. You ain't coming out. We can lay more on me. Help breaking it on me. Lay more on me. Did I always say that I want me? Lay more on me. Usaka mane.
Audience, I know this is the moment you've long waited for. The stage is set, the judges are prepared. As a matter of fact, you dare not play with them. As legal as the proposition is, you have a head judge that has a doctorate degree in law. So you dare not joke with the law. Having the both schools preceded, they play with a formation of 3 females. I don't know what the one that men mark. So send a girl with poor there. They play well a ball with poor ball there. So I see first 2 speakers female, first 2 speakers female, third speaker male, third speaker male, concluding speaker female, concluding speaker female. But let's see what will happen. Who is that Messi that will give Mosorado a school name, either a Jaguars or the Pink and Black Society. Our panel of judges, I want to present to you, audience, please have it quiet. I want to present to you for introduction and the singing of their school oath, the Pink and Black Society, represented by Painesville SDA.
Students, alumni, and workers of the Pink and Black Society, I ask that you kindly please stand with me as we sing our school oath. A school at the gateway of Painesville, our pride and joy, Painesville, Adventist High. Christian education is our concern, for life depends on what we learn. We do strive and work to be the best, a school well disciplined. We learn with open minds. Oh, bless, God bless Painesville, Adventist High. Liberia's future on us land. We make this land a better place to live. God has given us the power to succeed. Our year-old school, we do strive and work to be the best, a school well disciplined. We learn with open minds. Oh, please, God bless Painesville, Adventist High. Thank you. You can have your seat. Organizers of this great intellectual event, Youth for Change, powered by Orange Liberia, government officials here present, our honorable and well-informed aptitude judges, opposing team, proponents, lovers of debate, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Today, we, the undefeated debaters of the Pink and Black Society, have come with all intellectual fortitudes to ever eliminate whatever stands in our way to victory, affirming the proposition, Article 54 of the Liberian Constitution be amended to elect superintendent for the purpose of proper and effective decentralization of governance system. In order to debate this issue, presenting facts and pieces of evidence, I've come with intellectual gladiators from the debating society of the Painesville Seventh-day Adventist High School. Serving as presenter, I brought with me student Benkis Dolo. Refuting the wrong ideas of our opposing team is student Jamal Gosam. Concluding the matter for today's scheme is student Justina A. Kessely. Alternative 1, student Madusu Sayan. Alternative 2, student Laurie Morris. And I am student William Morris, captain and buttressor of the debating society of Painesville Seventh-day Adventist High School. Before I take my seat, let me leave you with these words. It's never the wrong time to do the right thing. I humbly submit.
Oh yeah. The time is always right to do what is right. And so we're going to move on. I know all the cheering squad can hear for the 2 people here. But let me say to you, no amount of hand clap, no amount of hand clap. If the judges not even looking at you to know who clapping, can convince our judges. And whatever perception you have, oh, my team must win, the results will come from our judges. Let me now invite to this podium for team introduction and singing of their school oath. JJ Roberts.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. All past and present members of the Jaguars Jungle, may we all rise as we sing our school oath. On this great Atlantic shore, stands the school that we adore, It was made for you and me, JJRUMS. How we love you. This is where our future starts, learning how to take apart, serving country in our God, JJRUMS. How we love thee, marching on as time rolls by, marching on with our heads held high. We will let our banners fly. Hail to the grand old school. Hail, 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 hail to JJRUMS, UMS. May forever be blessed, teaching us the golden rules, JJRUMS. Our grand old school. Thank you, and you may be seated. Orange Liberia, our proud sponsor, Youth for Change Incorporated, panel of adjudicators, government officials if there's any present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, opposing team, cultivators. Times without number, we've proven our academic strength in these kinds of competition, and we, the intellectual gladiators of the Jacquans Jogo, stand ready to vehemently oppose the motion which states, and I quote, Article 54 of the Constitution of Liberia be amended for the purpose of proper and effective decentralization of governance system. To fully defend our position on today's motion, I brought with me from the jungle 3 astute intellectual gladiators. To present our arguments today, I brought with me student Lisa B. Lomax. To buttress her argument, I brought with me student Angel C. Brown. And to refute the arguments of my opposing team, I brought with me student Zika Sikawa. On my substitute bench, I have student Samuel Nimlin. Once again, I'm Vanessa Khan, captain and concluder of this undefeated team. Thank you.
I know we expect nothing less than a competitive match. And I know if someone will win not more than 2 points, just the introduction, I just say, I say, you must say, oh, but the mentor get already, then at 2 points, the mentor get the poachy. No, I'm making you money. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've listened to the team's introduction, our panel of judges. Are we good to go? The rule remain constant, 8 minutes for a speaker, second and third speakers, 5 each, can be shared. Final speaker, share time, 8 minutes. Audience, please have it quiet. When the speakers are speaking, please be very quiet so that the judges get exactly the point they are driving. When they say I submit or thank you very much, then you can clap the loudest. I now present to you, audience, panel of judges, the presenter of the Pink and Black Society for 8 minutes.
Resolved, Article 54 of the Liberian Constitution be amended to elect superintendents for the purpose of proper and effective decentralization of governance system. Good evening to all. Our honorable adjudicators, proponents, opposing team, listening audience, government officials here present, I greet you all. Esteemed judges, I have come with all intellectual fortitudes to ably propose this proposition. Let me begin by defining the main terms in this proposition. 1. Amendment. According to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, It is an alteration or change of thoughts in a law. 2. Superintendence. According to dictionary.com, it is an official of government who is authorized to supervise, direct, and administer the day-to-day activities of a region. And 3. Decentralization. According to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, it involves the transfer of specific political, administrative, and financial powers and responsibilities from the central government to the local government. Great judges. Liberia requires a proper and effective decentralization in this 21st century. Records have shown that many presidents in Liberia tried to decentralize the government since 1847, but failed miserably because their methods could not hold in modern democracy. William V.S. Tubman, who carved the unification policy, could not adequately unify Liberia. Why? Because this policy did not include the total involvement of the people. Elite judges. It is obvious that Arthur Barclay's interior policy and William V.S. Tubman's unification policy could have succeeded only if the local people in these counties had the leverage of elected superintendents of the counties. In this case, when superintendents are elected, the political decision-making and power distribution will shift to the subdivision level or county level. Astute judges. The clear benefit of such case is that the Liberian people will participate more effectively in local affairs and build ownership, like the people deciding what form of development they want through public consultations. Our honorable adjudicators, listening audience. Administratively, decentralization in Liberia today through the county service center is a good start, but it is not enough to impact every local or rural dweller. Decentralization in Liberia today can only be effective, proper, and vibrant when the heads of the political subdivisions are not nominated by the president, but rather elected by the locals. Oh, judges, it is unfortunate that superintendents who are heads of the political subdivisions are being pulled by the nose. Pulled by the nose in running a subversive errand by the president. These vices will continue to be perpetuated only because superintendents work at the will and pleasure of the president. Our great judges, superintendents will be independent if elected. These local elections will shift the balance of power away from the Monrovia elites to the local ordinary people. Take this question, judges. What is the essence of democracy when only a few persons decide the fate of the masses? In such case, we are not practicing democracy, but rather oligarchy, which is a form of government ruled by few persons. Look, judges, studies told me that democracy is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. If democracy should prevail in Liberia today, then the people must be given the chance to practicalize democracy by electing superintendents of the counties. President should not impose anyone on the locals without their knowledge or consent. Our honorable judges, there is no better way to have proper democratization than letting the people elect superintendents of the counties. This is the best means of political decentralization, giving the people their inherent franchise that they needed since 1847. Look, judges, as a matter of fact, one key reason for the slow pace of infrastructure development is because the people are not deciding what's best for them. Napoleon Bonaparte was right when he said ability is nothing without opportunity. Look, judges, the people have the ability, but they are not given the opportunity to do the right thing. Let the local people have their opportunity to elect superintendents of their counties. Let us amend Article 54 today with this as submit.
What a wow! Oh yeah! What a big wow! Today that wow will stretch. Real wow! And we know who owns that wow. What are the JD Rao or what are the SD? Alright. We've listened for 8 minutes, patiently, quietly, to the presenter of the affirmative team argument. And of course, yeah, similar 8 minutes will be afforded to the opposing team. Again, you have to be very quiet as I present to you the lead speaker of the opposing team. 8 minutes.
Orange Liberia, our proud sponsor and the best GSM network in Liberia, astute judges, fellow students and well-wishers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I am student Lisa Lomax representing Monserrata Team 1, specifically from the Josiah Jenkins Robert United Methodist School. Today I have come to say a resounding no to the motion which states Article 54 of the Constitution of Liberia be amended to elect superintendent for proper and effective decentralization of governance system. Today I heard my opponent with no legal backings and substantial evidence to prove their claims defending that Article 54 of the Constitution of Liberia be amended. But kindly allow me to dissect some key issues surrounding Article 54 of the 1986 Constitution. Article 54 of the 1986 Constitution is found in Chapter 6 of the Executive Branch. Chapter 6 contains 15 articles. This Chapter 6 clearly outlines the powers and authority of the Executive Branch. The President has specific power that cannot be delegated to anyone, including the Vice President. And these powers are to appoint state officials, cabinet ministers, deputy ministers, ambassadors, chief justice, Supreme Court judges, superintendent and county officials, military officers above lieutenant, marshals, deputy marshals, sheriffs, notaries public and justices of peace. 2, remove or sack elected state officials or where there is the Constitution requires impeachment proceeding. 3, remove elected paramount or clan chief where there is proved misconduct. 4, conduct foreign affairs on behalf of the state and conclude treaties with concurrence of the House of Representatives. 5, report to the legislature on behalf of the state. 6, proclaim and declare a state of emergency. 7, approve or veto the bill passed by the legislature. Great judges, going further, let me also inform my opponent that Liberia is a unitary sovereign state divided into separate and coordinate branches. Liberia is not a federal state like Nigeria, the United States, United Kingdom, where local governments elect their officials to make their own law. Moreover, there's a clear talk that amending Article 54 of the Constitution of Liberia for proper and effective decentralization of governance system is even laughable. In the first place, once every 6 years, we elect 73 representatives, and once every 9 years, we elect 30 senators and pay them huge sum of taxpayers' money. Those folks goes to work twice a week, 8 times a month, and 96 times a year. Yet they are paid huge salary with benefits. The totals of 103 legislators in Liberia have no significant impact to their country. Their representation have not been felt at the legislature or even in their constituency. They should be the one to properly and effectively channel the decentralization of governance system, because they come from a constituent and represent over 48,000 citizen in their electoral district. Aside from the motion being illegal, considering the fact that Liberia is a unitary state, it is also ambiguous, null and void. But anyway, let me provide a short tutorial before I proceed, since it seems that my opponent do not know the difference from a federal state and that of a unitary. A federal state is a state that is governed by a single government and shared government divisions between strong national government and smaller local government. A unitary state is a state that is governed by a single power in which the central government is ultimately supreme and the administrative national government or subunits function or exercise powers that the central government chooses to delegate. Great judges, let me say any attempt to amend Article 54 of the Constitution on grounds of proper and effective decentralization of government system, there will be a high economic constraint and government policy will never be realized. The framers of the Liberian Constitution were never wrong when they said in Article 3 of the Constitution of Liberia that Liberia is a unitary state divided into counties for administrative purposes. The form of government is republican with 3 separate and coordinate branches: the legislature, executive, and judiciary. Additional panel of judges, any attempt to amend Article 54 of the Constitution of Liberia, the country will be headed for political hegemony. Take a look around you these days. Many of whom President appoints as superintendent of various counties tend to push their own agenda, instead of effectively propagating government policy. Now tell me, judges, what will happen to our country if they are elected? In fact, the Constitution does not even call for that. It doesn't, absolutely no. Panelists, do you know why Paramount Chief Clans have not been elected since 1915, even though Article 56B of the Constitution of Liberia calls for their election? The reasons are very simple. Because of the constant uprising and exploitation of powers in the hinterland. 2, it caused government unnecessary budgetary constraint, knowing that this is a proper government. Notwithstanding, let me categorically make it clear that Article 56B is ambiguous if Liberia practices a unitary government. Against these backgrounds, my teammates and I will say negative that Article 54 of the Constitution of Liberia be amended to elect superintendent for proper and effective decentralization of governance system. Panelists, electing superintendent for various counties is a huge burden on national government. It will create more problems than solutions. It also has a propensity to derail the little gain that has been made. Since 2006, during the administration of Madam Helen Johnson, huge efforts have been exerted to the decentralization of governance system. This is why Superintendent Proper was appointed developmental superintendent and that of assistant superintendent. After and before the Civil War of Liberia, efforts have been exerted to decentralize the country, thus creating new counties, clans, and chiefdoms. But with strong conviction of mind thoughts and empirical evidences, Liberia's decentralization process does not and will not be tied to the amendment of Article 54 to elect superintendent for various counties. Great judges, with this being said, I respectfully submit.
Samaya, if you are having nerve, you're not kill yourself. Samaya having nerve, you're not kill yourself. I see some people calling their name. Why are you calling your neighbor? Like you control it, I don't care how you call your name. The presenter not finish. They think they get a person to present, they did not finish. The person will not just call it the way you call in your name. So don't kill yourself, yeah? They're looking at the time. And so, I mean, obviously, the presentation speaks volume that we are in for a great grand final. And I know as we move on to second speaker, third speaker, and the concluding speaker, we expect to hear more and more and more. And again, this is another policy debate. So I hope it's good I will get one lawmaker here. All right, you stay here. Thank you, Papa. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, let me now present to you the second speaker for 5 minutes of the affirmative team.
Reserve. Article 54 of the Liberia Constitution be amended to elect superintendent for the purpose of proper and effective decentralization of governance system. The first line of Article 1, Chapter 1 of our Constitution states, all power is inherent in the people. This is an evidence. Great judges over.
Put your hands together for Gadara Addison as he walks back down the stage with a certificate and his medal. Gadara can walk down the stage.
For your job, well done. Thank you so much.
Put your hands together for Jesse, down with his certificate and his medal.
And stage, clearly it means you have some great potential. So do not walk away feeling bad. Always prepare yourself for the next level. Thank you.
Well, good night to all. It's been a very, very long winding exercise sitting behind, thank you, sitting behind that table and banging the minds and making sure that at the end of the day, whatever comes out is a true reflection of our convictions. I think we sat with this and it was a thrilling experience. You know, education, I say to people, has a trademark. And there is no doubt when you see that someone is convinced, they are either very convinced about what they say or they are fumbling about what they say. And you can see sincerity and genuineness in what people say when they are truly sincere and genuine. And so all we did was to sit and look out for the flaws that probably came out of some of the arguments, as well as look for the genuineness in most of the arguments that came out. And so across the table, it was quite a thrilling experience, quite exhilarating. And we want to show you, we're quite convinced, my team and I, we are quite convinced about the results that came forth. And we are quite confident that you will help us applaud the winners at the end of the day, because we are pretty sure we've put in a lot to get this done, and we are pretty sure that all of you have excellently performed your best. And even though your best sometimes is not the best anticipated, but we are hopeful that at the end of the day, all of us are winners and all of us can celebrate another milestone. So we'd like to say thank you for your time and celebrate the success. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. Wow, wow, wow. What a wow. I mean, my result, or the team's result, is going to be pro poll. We're going to give a pro poll result. Look, but let me thank the organizers, the teams. I mean, you did excellent. You know, I was talking to Vavi. We sat and listened to some of the way the kids presented their case. You know, it was so touching. It was so touching. And I hope next year is even going to be better. You know. But look, I know you're all waiting. The ugly man just announced the thing here. How can you announce the thing like that? In fact, I wanted to hold the result to you contribute to the Croatia trip. How about that? Let's do something. Let's do something. Look, I say I will bridge your protocol. The people in the audience there, you are clapping. All of the number of times you clap, the number of the time you contribute. Oh, okay, we'll change it. Jack, do small thing. Not plenty. I mean, what a basket. Yeah, chair her. Yeah, what a basket, Ivan. What a basket. They think on our shoulders, all of our shoulders. So we will go straight into, ladies and gentlemen. It was fun. We thank you for your time. I know it's late, so we'll go straight into announcing the results. The first competition was between the Firestone High School of Margibi County and the CH Due of Bombing County. The result was foreign investors seeking to invest in Liberia must require a Liberian partnership as prerequisite for investment. Again, there were 7 categories, from introductory statement to accuracy of information, persuasiveness, knowledge of the topic, timing, presentation, closing statement. In the category of introductory statement, the Margibi Firestone High School scored 8.66 out of 10. Accuracy of information, 16.75 out of 20. Persuasiveness, 16.81 out of 20. Knowledge of the topic, 17.06 out of 20. Timing, 9.33 out of 10. Presentation, 8.4 out of 10. Closing statement, 8.65 out of 10. And the negative, CH Due, introductory statement was 7.65 out of 10. Accuracy of information, 15.56 out of 20. Persuasiveness, 15.65 out of 20. Knowledge of the topic, 15.65 out of 20. Timing, 9.56 out of 10. Presentation, 7.48 out of 10. And closing statement, 7.83 out of 10. Ladies and gentlemen, we're pleased to announce that the third place, or the winner of the third place, between the two teams with a total of 85.66 out of a total score of 100 is the Firestone High School of Margibi County. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Time is fast spent. And so, the conclusion of the matter, the big game. Gentlemen, ladies, 2 schools contested for the grand final. The Pinsville SDA High School arguing in the affirmative, and the J.J. Roberts United Methodist School in the negative. On the topic, Article 54 of the Liberian Constitution be amended to elect superintendents for the purpose of a proper and effective decentralization of our governance system. Again, 7 categories ranging from introductory statement, accuracy of information, persuasiveness, knowledge of the topic, timing, presentation, closing statement. Of a total of 10 in the area of introductory statement, the Pinsville SDA High School had 8.91 out of 10. Accuracy of information, 16.9 out of 20. Persuasiveness, 17.16 out of 20. Knowledge of topic, 17.41 out of 20. Timing, 9.25 out of 10. Presentation, 8.98 out of 10. Closing statement, 9 out of 10. The J.J. Roberts United Methodist School. Introductory statement, 8.83 out of 10. Accuracy of information, 16.73 out of 20. Persuasiveness, 16.9 out of 20. Knowledge of the topic, 16.41 out of 20. Timing, 9.58 out of 10. Presentation, 8.73 out of 10. And closing statement, 8.75 out of 10. Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to announce the winner of the Liberia National High School Debate 2018-2019. There's no other with a total mark of 87.61%. The Pinsville SDA High School. Pinsville SDA High School.
Please take your seat. We need to get the prizes. We need to get the prizes. We need to get the prizes. Please take your seat.
And now every action say every day. No one wants to be weaker one. What's the price for the strong? Though we spill on grave or on blood, I'm right, we say I'm right. If history has taught us no lessons, is that we need to teach our children. Will the rebel be the strongest? What about music? What about children? What about eight steps in poverty? To stay alive, we must listen. To stay alive, we must share. For a while, one must say, to stay to where it's mine. To stay to where it's
The champion is receiving their prize now, finally. And I've also received the trophy.
Doesn't mean